The Zero Mortals plan is now in motion, although this time it's two Zamasus, at least so far. What do the two Zamasus have planned right now? We'll cover all that and more in this third part of What If Zamasu is from Universe 7. So, the future Zamasu already became immortal, and in the past, this Zamasu has to figure out what to do. He could also become immortal, but he has a better idea. He leverages Zuno, and then he learns more about Goku. Of course, he has met Goku before, and he's kept up with him, and he's seen his power firsthand a few times. But he needs to learn even more, not just about him, but the Super Dragon Balls. Future Zamasu helps out while he's here. He kills Shin, which gets rid of Beerus, and simultaneously, present Zamasu summons Super Shenron and makes a wish to steal Goku's body. Beerus, Whis, and everybody else are on it. Frieza was just resurrected and defeated not too long after. Beerus and Whis hung around a little bit just to have some good food. But something weird happens. First, Beerus grabs his chest feeling a sharp pain, and out of nowhere, he just dies. Whis makes a very concerned expression, but he then silently leaves. Now with Beerus dead, he's inactive. Right now I'd imagine they're getting food with Bulma, while everyone else is pretty much split up, but Bulma sees this firsthand, asking Whis what happened, and all he says is, it appears Shin has been killed, so Beerus has too by extension. That is a huge cause for concern, but more concerning is right after, Goku then transforms. Well, not really transforms, he just turns into someone else completely. He turned into Zamasu. They know who Zamasu is, but it doesn't really help the confusion. The body swap is successful. Goku is at home right now, so Chi-Chi and Goten are the first people to see this. But another person teleports in. They look over and see Goku standing there. Even though Goku's taken by surprise, he puts two and two together. If that's him, then that must mean Zamasu has his body now. So the who's not a question, but the why and the how. Zamasu says there's no point in asking. He's been waiting to do this for a while. He then ambushes Goku. Goku takes up a battle stance quickly, but Zamasu in his body is too quick for him. He plunges a Keyblade deep into Goku, killing him with one blow. Then looking over to Goten and Chi-Chi. They're next. But just as he's about to leave, two other people fly over. It's Vegeta carrying Bulma. Once Beerus died, Bulma immediately told Vegeta, so he didn't really know what to do. He just went to find Goku. And he sees Goku in a different outfit, standing around three dead bodies, one being Zamasu in Goku's outfit. Vegeta and Bulma turn pale when they realize who the other two bodies are. Vegeta drops Bulma nearby, and then rushes in towards Goku Black, and the two clash. Vegeta's not sure what happened or how it happened, but again, it's easy to put two and two together. Shin randomly died out of nowhere, and coincidentally, he sees Goku fighting Zamasu, and the two have different outfits now. And body swapping is not exactly new to him. Ginyu was a thing after all, so he addresses Goku Black directly as Zamasu. Why and how did he do this? Goku Black says it shouldn't matter to him, but if Vegeta really cares, he tells him the Zero Mortals plan is in motion. And you know, not too long before this, he knows Earth was blown up. He was thinking that maybe that would be a good way to kill everyone here, but no, he wanted to do it personally. And Vegeta doesn't care if this is Goku's body or not. He's killing this bastard regardless. Vegeta jumps right into Super Saiyan Blue, and this is overkill. Way too much for Goku Black to handle. Vegeta doesn't even care about a good fight either. He just tries to one-shot him, launching a big bang attack. At the very last moment, Goku Black knows he stands no chance, so he just Kai-Kais away. Vegeta's attack is really fast too. It does scathe him. He only narrowly avoided the full brunt of it. So he arrives back to Zamasu injured, but it's not too much of an issue. Zamasu just quickly heals him, and then gives him a new pair of clothes too, more fitting for his new body. Vegeta powers down, left speechless. He always knew that guy was slimy, but he didn't think it would come to this. Bulma asks what they're supposed to do now, and Vegeta has no idea. They can get by without Beerus and Whis, but reviving Goku's kind of an issue. They'd have to go to Namek for that. And no one knows how to get there either. Goku did, because he could teleport there. They'd probably need to find some way to contact King Kai, and then Bulma would have to make a ship that goes there. Chi-Chi and Goten can at least be brought back by the Dragon Balls. But still, the bigger issue at hand is Zamasu. And Vegeta did notice something weird. When Zamasu said the Zero Mortals plan was set in motion, he said we set the Zero Mortals plan in motion. It was a small thing, but why'd he use a plural? Who else is working with him? They call over some of the others. Krillin, Piccolo, and Gohan get there immediately after they hear what happened. And Gohan's fuming, especially after what just happened with Frieza. Earth got destroyed, and he thought he lost his family for good. And now, after vowing to train again to grow strong enough to fend against something like this happening again, of course, that's exactly what happened. It's only been about a month since Frieza died, and now he's seeing the same thing here. He needs to get stronger. Well, while they formulate a plan, Gohan tells Vegeta that he's coming with him. He wants Vegeta to train him. Normally, Vegeta would be very happy to hear this, but given the circumstances, he takes it very seriously. He's glad Gohan's getting whipped back into shape, and he'd be glad to help. They're going to use the time chamber, because since Zamasu is working with someone and because he has Goku's body, they probably will need more power. Maybe it won't be a hard battle, but it wouldn't hurt to grow stronger. It's better to be safe than sorry. So they're going to train in the time chamber, and meanwhile, Piccolo and Krillin have another task. Because right as these three arrived, somebody else appeared on Earth too. Elder Kai. He survived the encounter. but he does note something weird. He saw Zamasu kill Shin. He was able to hide and barely able to escape, and Zamasu must have thought that he wasn't too big of a threat. Which is true, Elder Kai can't really do anything against him. But he did notice that Zamasu is wearing a time ring, and Vegeta doesn't remember Goku Black wearing a time ring. By now he does have one, but when he came to Earth he didn't. It's weird. Elder Kai saw a ring, Vegeta didn't. And it seems like a small detail to be hung up on, but given how quickly everything happened, it doesn't make sense to Elder Kai. Zamasu must have worked really quickly if he was able to swap bodies with Goku. Unless there's some special technique he had to do that, he assumes he used the Dragon Balls, maybe the Super Dragon Balls. But even if it was a regular set of Dragon Balls, like the ones on Earth or the ones on Namek, he still would have to gather them. So unless he had gathered them ahead of time and then immediately made the wish right after, the timing doesn't add up. Plus, it definitely wasn't Earth's Dragon Balls. They didn't see Shenron get summoned. And as for Namek, he checked that planet, and it's fine. Porunga wasn't summoned. So, somehow, Zamasu was basically in two places at once, one time summoning Super Shenron, and one time killing Shin. Elder Kai has a pretty crazy theory. He knows there was a time traveler there on Earth before. So, he thinks Goku Black's ally is Zamasu, from another timeline. Maybe the exact one Trunks is from, or maybe one of the others. So he, Piccolo, and Krillin are going to try and look into it and try and formulate some sort of plan. They mainly want to figure out what's happening and then what to do next. Vegeta and Gohan, on the other hand, are going to be the firepower. Goku Black and Zamasu are back in the future. The two hug. Glad that it all worked out. Now to begin the divine cleansing. A few days pass. Vegeta trains Gohan, and Elder Kai spends his time racking his brain, and he even thinks of getting the time ring for himself because he should be able to use it. But he's worried. If he goes to the same timeline that Zamasu is in, if he actually is traveling through time, that's going to be an issue. They have no way to fight against him. But he does do this for a bit, quickly going to one timeline, bringing his crystal ball alongside him, and he's able to find Zamasu. It's true. There are two of them. Well, kinda. One of them is Zamasu, and one is Goku Black, the one that Vegeta fought. To differentiate the two of them, they're just going to call that one Goku Black for now. But it's just like he thought. Future Zamasu and present Zamasu are working together. At least he got confirmation of that. But when Elder Kai returns to his planet, he sees a very confused Piccolo and Krillin. They look like they're seeing double, and it's because they kind of are. They see someone who looks a lot like Beerus, and someone who looks a lot like Whis. Except it's a fatter Beerus and a woman Whis. It's each of their respective twins, actually. Champa and Vados. Champa came here looking for the Super Dragon Balls, and, much to his surprise, there were no Super Dragon Balls there. Now, he actually has gathered some Super Dragon Balls already. He was just getting the last ones, but he also learned his entire collection was gone, so naturally he assumed Beerus did it. He went to his planet, and he wasn't there. Vados then found out that Whis was inactive, and apparently, Shin died, and Beerus died too. So Champa came here for answers. He's surprised that there is still a Kai around, but Elder Kai explains what he thinks happened. And Vados uses her staff to look into the history of this place, and she sees that it's pretty much exactly what happened here. Well, Krillin thinks this is good. Now they have a god of destruction on their side. That should be helpful, right? Well, not exactly. Champa's concerned because the Supreme Kai in the other universes could be at risk right now. Thankfully, no one in the present timeline has died besides the people Zamasu killed here already, so the other gods are all still alive. But who knows, he could strike again at any time. So Champa's gonna go back to his universe and protect Fuwa just in case. And they're gonna alert all the other Kai, as well as their respective angels and gods. Piccolo does ask if Champa could help them at all, and typically he'd get really mad at a mortal for talking to him like that. He's not their ally. He's far above them, so they should respect him. But given that it is his brother, as much as they do fight, he cares. So he'll give them a piece of advice. They can't travel through time. It's forbidden. The Kai can with their time rings, but for mortals like them, they're not supposed to. And it's not Champa's place to help out Universe 7, much less another timeline's Universe 7. But he does tell them that, without a god around here, there's no one to really enforce the time traveling thing. As long as Zeno doesn't catch wind of it, he guesses. And Piccolo mentions maybe getting the Dragon Balls from Namek, and Champa thinks that's actually a good idea. He didn't even consider that, because his universe has a Namek too. Elder Kai offers to take Piccolo to New Namek here in Universe 7, but Champa says there's no need. He's going to use his Namek to revive everybody. That way, he'll be the hero, and Beerus is going to owe him big time. Let's go over to the future for a bit. Zamasu and Goku Black slowly go around, destroying everything they can. They're going to save Earth for last. Partially because they want to savor this, but also because Goku Black isn't that strong right now. He needs some time to get used to Goku's body. But something interesting happens. It's not really interesting for Goku Black, but future Zamasu's never encountered this before. Arinsu contacts Zamasu from this timeline. Of course, she caught wind of what was happening, and she's not going to interfere. She actually has an offer for him, although she is a bit surprised to see another Zamasu here, even though he is in another body. Thankfully, Zamasu doesn't just kill her right away. She promises she's not going to get in the way, and they can easily kill her if she does. But she actually has an offering for them. She's going to ask for a favor, and also, this is a sign of goodwill between them. She could tell Zamasu's intentions are pure, albeit misguided, but she says nothing about that. First she was focused on taking the throne, but now it's more so trying to just ensure she stays alive. She pulls out a weird object. She planned to use this for herself, but she doesn't really need it. While Dabra was still king, she looked all over for this. It's the third eye. She actually planned on using it to defeat Goma and become the Demon Queen. She tells the two Zamasus exactly what this does, and she offers it to them. They could take it as long as they kill Goma and leave her alone. The two Zamasus look at each other, and they agree. Goku Black doesn't really need the power, so he lets the other Zamasu take it. But he's the one who's going to have to get his hands dirty. Goku Black already did that in his own timeline. Zamasu chuckles. Sure, he's fine with that. Quickly, the two assault Goma's castle, and it only takes a few seconds to get to him and kill him. Zamasu doesn't even need the third eye to do this. He has more than enough power just in his base. But he is curious what this could actually do for him. Goku Black inserts it into Zamasu's head. Arinsu and Degasu from this timeline watch on in awe. Goku Black chuckles to himself too. He says the Arinsu in his timeline kinda did something like this, but he didn't know about the third eye. She just had him kill Goma, and they watch as Zamasu gets far stronger than before. Degasu wonders why she did this, especially because Zamasu killed Shin, but it's pretty simple. She's not surprised Zamasu killed Shin, and she's not really sure how to feel about that, but if he wins, she'd rather be on his side and not die. This also saves Degasu too. But if he loses, then it'll all be fine. Again, it's all out of self-preservation. This keeps them alive for the time being. Since he's trying to wipe out all the mortals and some of the other gods, he'd probably go after the demon realm too. And on top of that, having a fellow Glin ruling the demon realm might keep it safer from Zamasu destroying it. Once they finish out wiping the mortals in this timeline in the past, they'll call on Arinsu's help. Not just from this timeline, but the other Arinsu too. We fast forward a few more days. Gohan and Vegeta are done training. They spend about 3 days in the time chamber. Vegeta's grown vastly in Super Saiyan Blue, and Gohan has ultimate back. He's far stronger than before. He's actually surpassed Vegeta by this point. Vegeta always knew that Gohan had this power within him, and he's glad to see it again. They've been out of the time chamber for a bit too, and they've caught up with Elder Kai, Piccolo, and Krillin, learning about what happened. It's good to know Champa's kind of on their side, even if he's not fully an ally. Gohan's just glad they know who to deal with. It's personal to everybody, but mostly personal to him. He's glad the rest of his family is safe. Videl, Pan, Mr. Satan, Ox King, they're all fine. But his immediate family's gone. He wants nothing more than to kill Goku Black for that. There is another issue though. Even though Champa's going to be able to revive everybody, they don't know how to get Goku his body back. Especially if Super Shenron did grant that wish, would they need him to reform that body? Or could a regular dragon do that? They'll have to find out later. They're all interrupted as a portal opens up in the sky. A time machine appears, and there's a familiar face on it. It's Trunks. He's here to warn them all about Zamasu. They say they already have encountered him. Actually, there's 2 of them. The Zamasu in the past team up with the one from the future. Oh, so they're even more informed than Trunks. And Trunks doesn't even ask why Goku's missing. He just assumes that he stayed dead, but he learns Goku actually did come back to life right around the time when Buu arrived. But he just recently died again at the hands of Zamasu, who stole his body. So he now knows about Goku Black too. He wishes he could have gotten here sooner, but they had to refuel the time machine. Thankfully, Earth is safe as of the moment, but he knows Zamasu is going to try and strike it soon. Zamasu must be worried about him because Trunks has grown a lot stronger thanks to Ultimate, and he learns Gohan has the same exact power. And seeing Gohan here also serves to make Trunks angrier. Not at Gohan, but at himself. He failed future Gohan, and he doesn't want to fail this one too. Nor his father. Vegeta says this timeline's fine, besides the fact that Kakarot and his family died, alongside Shin and Beerus, but Champa has some of it handled. Champa? Beerus? Wow, Trunks doesn't really know anyone, does he? Now he's at least fully caught up to speed. He didn't even realize killing Shin had that side effect. Maybe that Beerus guy could have helped him in his timeline too, but whatever. Bulma starts to refuel this time machine so it can go back to Trunks' timeline. But the time machine suddenly blows up. They look up in the sky, and they see none other than Goku Black floating there. Gohan immediately powers up, infuriated, and Vegeta gets ready to fight too. He's nothing but a cheap imposter, and Goku Black just smirks. Meanwhile, Champa's on Namek in Universe 6. Beerus really is gonna owe him a lot. And with that, we'll leave off here for now. What'd you guys think about this part? What's gonna happen next time? Leave your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think. As usual, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help out the channel, and it shows me you want to see more videos like this. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.